Incredible stuff. The Environmental Protection Agency. This is just kind of a little news summary here. The Environmental Protection Agency is having a problem. They identified this cancer alley in Louisiana where people are exposed to high levels of apparently vinyl chloride is one of the, and benzene are the two major carcinogens. But lots and lots of people are getting cancer in these areas downwind from these refineries in Texas and western Louisiana. And nothing's been done for decades, largely because they're very poor communities and they're mostly black communities. And this is what you call institutional racism. So now Michael Regan, who is the EPA administrator, he says, we want to do something about this. And immediately Louisiana filed a lawsuit saying you don't have the right to do that. Excuse me. So Matthew Tejeda, who has been working at the EPA for over a decade on this issue, he said what happened with the Civil Rights Program, see, they filed a lawsuit based on the Civil Rights Act of 1964, saying that this is a form of racial discrimination. You're poisoning black communities because they're black, essentially. And that's where Louisiana filed the lawsuit and said, oh, no, you don't. He says what happened with the Civil Rights Program is a gut punch. When it came to standing up to Louisiana on environmental justice, the EPA flinched, and that's very troubling. And what happened was when the EPA got sued, they stopped trying to enforce the rule. In April, 23 Republican attorneys general from 23 states sued, demanded the EPA stop compelling them to fix air, water, and other kinds of pollution under the Civil Rights Act. And so now, Regan, the EPA administrator, he says, yeah, we're using a law that really was not a pollution law. And that's the problem, of course. The Republicans are saying, hey, wait a minute, this, just because we're poisoning black people doesn't mean that you can use this, the racial part of this law. You have to use the environmental part. And, the Supreme Court has already gutted much of that, or at least Republicans on the Supreme Court have already gutted much of that. So keep an eye on this. We're going to see how this plays out. I got to tell you about what's going on in South Carolina with the white power structure there. It's bizarre. And I'll pick up your calls on the other side of the break. Stay with us.